What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Gartrell back with No Lift Garage, and today we are doing another mod on the Porsche 911 street car build. If you are new to the channel, you are going to want to drop a subscribe right now. Go check out the playlist that has everything that's done to this car, including wheels, front bumper, headlights, numeric shifter, and way more. And you're not going to want to miss what's coming up because I'm on a mission to make this my dream street car build. Today we're going to be installing a part on my Porsche 911 that every single Porsche 911 should have if you want to go faster. Stay tuned for what we got coming up. Okay, so what are we actually installing today that's going to make our Porsche 911 faster? This here is the FVD Brombacher oil pan. Basically what this is a baffled oil pan that actually increases the amount of oil that you can hold in your wet sump and keeps your oil pickup submerged in oil at any given time so that you don't experience oil starvation, aeration, and it even has cooling fins to keep your oil cool, which is so important on track. Now, how can an oil pan help you go faster? Well, it's not about straight line speed in this instance where, bolting on parts such as like a IPD plenum or an exhaust and then doing fueling and tuning to get yourself in more straight line speed. This is more for people who want to go faster on the track, which, let's be honest, as Porsche guys, that's all we really want, right? To get that last little bit of lap time. But in doing so, you need to make sure that your car is sufficiently lubricated to help you reach those goals. So you install this to increase the capacity of your wet sump, lower the chances of aeration and foaming of oil, and under lateral load, which is G-forces that push your car to the left or to the right, it's not going to have your pickup at any point unsubmerged from oil, which it desperately needs so that it can pick up oil and send it to all the parts of the engine that need lubrication so that your car can run as efficiently and as fast as possible. In sum, it increases the capacity for your oil, has a very nice baffle system similar to the factory style, which I'll show you when we take ours out in a few moments, and it keeps the pickup completely submerged so you never have oil starvation. Now, for you guys that might be newer to Porsches or not really know what a wet sump versus a dry sump is, I'll give you a quick diagram. Basically, a wet sump engine, which is most engines that are produced nowadays, have a oil pan of some sort and a pickup that runs down and into that oil and then picks up oil and feeds the engine. Now, that is a normal wet sump system. Now, dry sump systems are typically for more track-focused cars like the GT3 and the GT3 RS. You use internal or external or combinations of both as reservoirs for their oil, and then a series of pumps that consistently are pulling oil from these reservoirs and pumping it to different parts of the engine so that the car, no matter what state it's in, the system is sufficiently lubricated at any point of the engine's operation, especially under high load and heavy stress situations like being on track. Now, with that being said, we're gonna get this thing installed because I think it's just so important so that when we're driving spiritedly, we are going as fast as possible and not worrying as to whether or not we're going to starve our engine or if we are having aeration or any of those issues. If you don't have a 997.1, you can still get an FVD Brombacher or similar oil pan setup. Some of them are spacers that go in between your current oil pan, and some of them are complete replacements that allow you to do the exact same thing that this will do. But for today, we're going with FVD. I have just such high quality when it comes to this. I mean, look how well put together this oil pan is. I'm excited, let's do it. Okay, so I know it's pretty dirty under here. I literally drove here in a snowstorm, guys, to be able to put this content out for you and to get this installed in. But basically, this is your oil pan. You really don't have to remove much, like on BMWs, for example, where you'd have to remove like the subframe. All we're gonna have to do is do an oil change, essentially, where we're going to drain the oil from here, change the filter, and then we're gonna remove all of these E10 bolts. So I'll start with doing the oil change and then we will start to remove these E10 bolts. So real quick, what comes with the kit is the FVD Brombacher oil pan, as I could show you. This is a spacer that will go in between your pickup, and it comes with 2 longer bolts as the added space will require longer bolts. It also comes with the sealant that you'll need for this, as well as the E10 bolts that we're going to be taking out to remove the oil pan. And you cannot reuse these. I can't stress that enough. They are one-time use. So once you remove this off your car, you will need new bolts to install. So that's why this kit comes along with that. And also inside this bag, which you might be able to see just there, is a brand new oil drain plug from FVD. Thing is stuck in there. Gonna wait for the oil to drain out, and then we'll start to loosen up the bolts, the E10 bolts on the bottom of this pan. Pretty simple and straightforward, like I said, especially if you have a lift. Next, I'm gonna start getting on these E10s. They shouldn't be super tight. They're only torqued to 7.5 foot-pounds. Just start them loose, and then I'll use a hand drill to remove them completely. As you can see, they're all snapping very easy. Something that's really important when you're removing the oil pan from its mating surface, which is your engine block, there are specific points on the pan where you can use a small amount of force with a pry bar to get it to release, especially if it's been resealed at any point and someone went a little overboard on the sealant. You're gonna wanna be careful, because if you damage any point of the block to the old oil pan, when you put on the new one, it's not gonna seat properly, and you'll probably be prone to a lot of leaks, which you obviously don't want. Now, as you can see, they're all removed, but the oil pan didn't just come down. We'll give it a light tug. Definitely not coming off, so we're gonna need to use a pry bar to separate it. So there's actually 2 points on the pan. So the first point is right there. You can use a pry bar to separate the oil pan. There's literally a lip there, and then there's kind of like a flange piece that sticks out, and that is where you would insert like a pry bar and just give it a nice little tug, like a gentle push. That should be enough force to separate it from the pan. And then there's another over here on this side here. So I'm gonna grab a small pry bar and pry them off. Okay. And then on the other side, nice and gentle. Easy as pie. This is a good time to inspect your oil pan. I don't really see any shavings or anything at the bottom of my oil pan, which is great. That just means that I'm not experiencing like bore scoring or anything crazy like that. Yeah, pretty good oil here, honestly. So I just want to show you the two side by side. As you can see, this is the factory oil pan. Very thin at the bottom, plastic baffles. Here we have metal baffles, definitely thicker. That allows for more oil capacity. I don't know if you can see that pretty well. Make sure that you have a clean mating surface. So if you see any like little residue of, old sealant, you're gonna wanna get that off. If you have to use like a razor blade and scrape it off, that's what you'll have to do. But you wanna make sure that the new surface mounts to a clean surface. So take a razor blade, peel off any excess sealant that was on the bottom of the engine. You're also going to remove the two E10 bolts that hold the pickup in place. You're going to be using the newly supplied bolts and the spacer so that your pickup is completely submerged in your new oil pan to prevent oil starvation. Okay, so I removed the oil pickup. What we're gonna do is basically take this piece with the O-ring side, put it on top. You want the O-ring to face the engine, basically creating the same exact seal that the original pickup was doing to the block. And they supply you with two Allen head, I believe they're size 5 screws, because it's longer now and needs to thread into the block I'll post the torque specs, but I'm basically just going to sandwich this piece onto this piece, use these 2 bolts and bolt it back up to the block, find the torque spec, and torque it down to spec. By the way, that torque spec was 10 Newton meters or 7.5 foot-pounds of torque on the oil pickup bolts. The same torque spec will be used for the E10 bolts that will bolt the pan to the motor. However, the only thing holding us up is that we're getting Scotch-Brite, because a razor blade, we were using a plastic razor blade, you shouldn't use a metal one because this is a machine surface. So we're gonna use Scotch-Brite, which will be like kind of like this like rough kind of sponge. And we're going to just go along the edge of this surface to kind of clean in between the machine grooves. So when we put that new oil pan in, it gets a nice and flat seal. This is what it would look like after you use Scotch-Brite on the surface. Now, it needs to be like 99% clean, so this is pretty good. Don't worry if there's like a couple of small black spots. You just want to get as much out as you possibly can. So then we're going to use sealant around the edges. We're going to put a thin bead and then use our finger to spread it, because we only need a very thin amount to mate to the surface of the block. All right, so this is the bead that we drew. It's not the prettiest, but it works. Now we're just going to take our finger and quite literally just, like pat dab it. We got the oil pan in. It only goes in one way, and ultimately you're gonna want to kind of, it's a funny maneuver, but holding it up, you kind of have to like move it like slightly sideways and up and in so that it can seat flat. You definitely don't want to force it or put too much pressure on the baffles as they go in. So just guide it in smoothly. Now we're just using an 8mm if you don't want to use an E10 to tighten these bolts in. Again, you want to use the newly supplied bolts because the old ones are single use. We're just tightening them by hand, and then we will torque them to spec, which is going to be 10 Newton meters or 7.5 foot-pounds of torque. We're gonna tighten the 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, to 10 Newton meters or 7 foot-pounds of torque. And then we will do a cross pattern starting from the center on the remaining bolts. So that's the 4 corners. Now we'll start from the center. We can use this one as our starting point, and then we'll again go across until they're all tightened to 7.5 foot-pounds of torque. So we've tightened down all the bolts, marked them so that we know we've hit 10 Newton meters. We're gonna let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour. All right, so it's about 2 hours later now. I put the car down now, and then we're gonna put a few quarts of oil in it, see if we see any leaks, and if we don't, we'll fill it up, start it up, and see if everything is copacetic.
You actually ran.
I didn't really. I was like, is it really? All right, so we're done here. Basically, once you've done all of the steps that I've listed in this video, you're going to then add some quarts of oil to the car. Make sure you don't see a leak initially. Then fill up the car, start the car, let the car run. And once you've confirmed that the oil pan is not leaking, you are set, you are good to go. You should not experience any oil starvation, oil aeration, and you should get cooler oil temps using the FVD Brombacher oil pan. And I hope that you guys get fast lap times with this mod on your car. If you want to see more that gets done to this car, make sure that you subscribe, make sure you like, and follow us on Instagram, as we will be doing some really cool things to this car in the future, and you're not going to want to miss it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace out.